Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine digging in Uttar Pradesh, April 2018, sun blazing down, and then bam, you unearth a 4,000-year-old chariot.
Wow,
I mean, a vehicle so old it's being called the Ferrari of the Bronze Age,
that's quite a nickname.
isn't it? This isn't just some dusty relic, this single find.
Okay.
Well, it has the potential to rewrite chapters in our understanding of Bronze Age ingenuity and maybe how connected people were back then.
Uh-huh. What's really compelling about a discovery like this 4,000-year-old chariot, is how it really forces us to reevaluate, the established narratives about the ancient world.
Absolutely. And this deep dive isn't only focused on this incredible find in Sinauli. We also have the grand opening of the National Museum's brand new permanent inscriptions gallery in New Delhi.
Right? Two major developments.
Exactly. Our sources are, well, they're rich with details about both, from the actual dig itself right up to the upcoming museum exhibition. So our mission today is pretty straightforward. We want to pull out the most crucial, the most fascinating insights about this ancient chariot and these inscriptions, sort of a shortcut to really understanding why they matter so much.
Indeed. And we're looking at material that spans millennia here, offering just invaluable glimpses into societies long gone.
So let's get right to the star of the show,
Yeah.
the Sinauli chariot. As we mentioned, the Archaeological Survey of India, the ASI, made this just jaw-dropping discovery back in April 2018 in Sinauli, Uttar Pradesh.
And the timeline is absolutely critical here. It's approximately 4,000 years old.
4,000.
Yeah, dating back to around 2000 BCE. And that solid disc wheel design, that's a really significant indicator of its age.
Right.
I mean, think about it, a sophisticated wheeled vehicle predating what we might have assumed were the main centers of innovation back then.
It's hard to wrap your head around, isn't it? Trying to picture that age. It's older than, those family recipes passed down forever. It's even before the pyramids hit their, well, let's call it their midlife crisis.
Nah, good way to put it.
And here's where it gets really interesting. It's connected to the Harappan civilization, which flourished much earlier, actually, around 2600 to 1900 BCE. Think of them as the original urban planners of the Indus Valley. Cities like Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, incredibly advanced drainage systems for their time.
Absolutely. If
Yeah.
we connect this to the bigger picture, the Harappan civilization was, as you say, renowned for its sophisticated urban layouts, extensive trade networks. This Sinauli discovery, including the chariot, it happened within the context of what looked like royal burials.
Yeah, it wasn't just the chariot, was it? They found royal burials, weapons, other really significant artifacts. It just suggests a society with considerable social structure,
Like
layers.
stratification, yes.
And the chariot itself is just mind-blowing. Solid wooden wheels, a strong frame, and clear evidence it was pulled by horses. Horses in 2000 BCE. It makes you wonder, while other parts of the world were maybe still figuring out basic wheels, were these folks already tooling around in horse-drawn vehicles?
Well, this raises a really crucial question about the pace and maybe the direction of technological development back then, and the potential movement of ideas during the Bronze Age. The presence of horse-drawn vehicles this early in this region, it's certainly a noteworthy development.
It really is. Now, this incredible chariot, it's been gradually sort of making its way into the public eye. It had a brief appearance at the G20 summit in 2023.
Ah, like a little teaser trailer.
Exactly, a little teaser. But the official unveiling at the National Museum is happening very soon, Wednesday, April 16th, 2025. Culture Ministry Secretary Arunesh Chawla is doing the honors. So mark that date.
Okay, so this official unveiling marks a major moment for understanding our past. Let's delve into exactly why this discovery is generating so much excitement. Because it's more than just an impressive old artifact, isn't it?
It really is. This discovery truly challenges our previous understanding of the Harappan civilization. We mostly picture them as peaceful traders focused on city life and, like you said, really good plumbing.
The urban planning aspect.
But a horse-drawn chariot, that suggests a whole other dimension. Maybe a military aspect, or at least a society with a more pronounced social hierarchy, maybe even organized conflict. It's like finding a high-performance sports car in what you thought was just a quiet farming town.
And what's fascinating here is the potential for cultural connections. Chariots with similar design elements have turned up in Mesopotamia and among Central Asian steppe nomads.
Right.
So this just begs the question of interaction. Was it trade, migration, or just, the spread of technology or cultural ideas across these regions?
Just trying to piece together this huge historical jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah.
And it gets even more intriguing. The Sinauli excavation didn't just find one chariot.
Oh.
No, they found a multiple. And some had decorative elements.
Hmm.
So these probably weren't just like work vehicles. They were likely also major status symbols, the ancient equivalent of having the flashiest ride in town.
Right, showing off your wealth or power.
Exactly. And let's not forget those royal burials we mentioned, complete with coffins, weapons, even helmets. These are clearly very important people.
These burials, combined with the chariots, they strongly indicate a hierarchical society. Well-defined power structures seem likely.
Now, while this incredible chariot is understandably grabbing the headlines, there's another equally significant development happening at the National Museum.
Okay.
The launch of a permanent inscriptions gallery.
Yeah.
And this is a real treat for anyone who's fascinated by how societies, recorded things, transmitted information.
Indeed. This gallery focuses on epigraphs, which, simply put, are writings carved into durable materials. Stone, metal, things built to last.
Think of them like ancient tweets or royal announcements, but etched in stone instead of typed on a screen. This gallery will showcase a huge range of ancient Indian writings, from those still mysterious Harappan seals.
Which we still can't fully read, right?
Exactly, like locked boxes of information, all the way through to medieval copper plates detailing things like land grants and royal commands.
The scope is really impressive. Thousands of years of written communication. And it's not all, grand pronouncements either. There's mention of early graffiti. It highlights this very human, persistent desire to leave a mark, doesn't it? To
Yep.
say, I was here.
It's almost comforting, Even way back then, someone... Exactly. You might see an inscription detailing a king donating land to a temple. Bit of ancient philanthropy, maybe.
Oh.
Or a merchant dedicating a religious offering.
Yeah.
Put them all together, and they paint this incredibly detailed picture of the cast.
Oh, they really do.
Now, the National Museum itself is just an incredible place, housing over 200,000 artifacts spanning 5,000 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's like stepping into a real-life time machine.
And the Harappan Gallery, which will be the Chariot's new home, already has iconic pieces, like the dancing girl statue, those enigmatic seals we mentioned. The Chariot will undoubtedly be a major focal point now. It really enhances an already amazing collection.
Absolutely. And the inscriptions gallery, it really feels like a tribute to the enduring power of writing itself. I mean, when you think about it, these carved words have survived millennia,
Mm-hmm.
which is pretty astounding. In an age where our digital data can just vanish if a server crashes, it really makes you appreciate the permanence of these ancient forms of communication. And the museum is actively working to make all this accessible to everyone, not just specialists. These artifacts are being presented in ways that are engaging and informative.
And that's a vital step, isn't it? Democratizing access to history and cultural heritage. By showcasing these objects with better presentation, better context, the museum empowers more people to connect with the past personally.
Okay, but let's take a moment, step back, make sure we're looking at this critically, not just getting swept up in the excitement.
Good point. Always important.
The dating of the Chariot to around 2000 BCE, that's based on radiocarbon dating standard scientific method done by the ASI and other researchers.
All right.
And the design, the solid wheels, evidence of horses, it does show similarities to other Bronze Age chariots found elsewhere.
Furthermore, the ASI's excavation reports,
Wow.
these have been scrutinized, published in peer-reviewed journals. They support the interpretation of these finds within a burial complex, which adds weight to their significance.
Right. Peer review is key. However, it's also important to remember that in archaeology, interpretations can evolve. New evidence comes up.
Always.
So some scholars have raised questions, like, are these really chariots in the same way as later spoked wheel ones, given the solid wheel design? And there's ongoing research into the horse remains found there too.
And this just underscores the dynamic nature of archaeology. Interpretations change. While the ASI's current view, supported by the evidence they have, is that these are chariots from a culture related to the Harappans. Well, scholarly discussion and further investigation are crucial. They help refine our understanding.
Definitely. And regarding the inscriptions, the National Museum's collection is very well established. These aren't newly discovered things with dubious origins.
No, not at all.
The Harappan seals, Ashoka's edicts, those medieval copper plates, they've been studied extensively for decades. Their authenticity isn't really debated.
Exactly. The Inscriptions Gallery represents years of meticulous research, careful conservation, detailed cataloging of these invaluable historical documents.
So why should you, our listener, care about all this? I mean, a 4,000-year-old chariot, some old carvings. What's the relevance to your day-to-day life?
Well, if we connect this to sort of fundamental human experiences, these artifacts speak to core aspects of what it means to be human. Our capacity for innovation, our ambitions, our desire to leave a record.
Right.
The chariot reflects ingenuity, maybe striving for prominence. The inscriptions reveal our enduring need to communicate, to document, to be remembered.
Exactly. These discoveries aren't just about kings and queens and big battles. They offer glimpses into the lives of everyday people back then, the skilled artisans who actually made these things, the scribes who painstakingly carved those inscriptions.
Hmm.
When you encounter these artifacts, you're making a tangible connection with actual individuals who lived thousands of years ago. It's a real link to our shared human story.
Yeah, it is.
And for our listeners in Delhi, let's not forget a very practical benefit. The National Museum is wonderfully air-conditioned.
Huh. A definite plus, especially during the Delhi summer. But beyond that, standing before such ancient objects, it can evoke a really profound sense of connection to history, almost like a brief moment of time travel.
Speaking of time travel, it's kind of funny, isn't it? 4,000 years ago, someone was probably showing off their brand new chariot, convinced it was the absolute peak of technology.
Probably.
And here we are in 2025, worrying about AI in our cars and the privacy settings on our smart fridges. Progress? Maybe?
Different priorities, perhaps.
And can you even imagine being an ancient scribe, tasked with carving a massive royal decree into stone? No delete key, no spell check.
No undo button.
Exactly. Major respect to those folks.
The sheer effort involved certainly underscores the immense value of the records that did survive.
So what's next for Sinauli? Well, the excavation is actually still ongoing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Who knows what else they might find? There are still so many open questions about the people who made these chariots, their specific relationship with the wider Harappan civilization. Were they a distinct group? Did they trade far and wide? The chariot's a huge clue, but the full picture, it's still emerging.
The continued research at Sinauli really has the potential to further refine our understanding, especially of the later phases of the Harappan period and the intricate cultural landscape of that region around 2000 BCE.
And the National Museum isn't sitting still either. There's talk of further digitizing their huge collection, which would be fantastic for people who can't visit in person.
That would be great. Increase accessibility.
And who knows, maybe we'll even see some really engaging interactive exhibits down the line, virtual chariot rides anyone. Or maybe a puzzle game where you try to decipher Harappan seals. I know I'd be first in line for that one.
Well, such initiatives would definitely enhance public engagement with these invaluable historical artifacts, make them more accessible, more interactive for a wider audience.
So here's your invitation. If you're in or around Delhi, make your way to the National Museum starting April 16th, 2025. Go see that incredible chariot for yourself. Explore the new inscriptions gallery.
Definitely worth a visit.
Bring your family, bring friends. Even if they think history is dull, I have a feeling these finds might just change their minds.
And for those who aren't in Delhi, the National Museum's website will likely offer virtual tours, more information, so definitely check their online resources.
Yeah, good point. And for the truly adventurous among you, you could try diving into the ASI's excavation reports online. But be warned, you might just find yourself tumbling down a fascinating rabbit hole of Bronze Age theories.
It's always advisable to approach those primary sources with a critical eye, though, recognizing that archaeological interpretation is, an ongoing process.
Absolutely. So to bring it all together, we've got this astonishing 4,000-year-old chariot from Sinauli. It's really making us rethink our picture of the Harappan civilization.
Mm-hmm. Challenging assumptions.
And the National Museum's new inscriptions gallery is unlocking this wealth of ancient writings, giving us direct voices from the past. These aren't just dusty old objects. They are actual stories from civilization thousands of years ago.
They really stand as a powerful testament to the enduring human spirit and the complex tapestry of societies long gone.
And it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What will people 4,000 years from now make of our legacy? Will they marvel at our obsession with cat memes, perhaps?
Huh. It's a thought-provoking question. It certainly encourages us to consider our own place in the grand sweep of history.
So keep exploring, keep asking questions, and maybe we'll see you at the National Museum.